Good morning, friend. May the peace of Christ rest on you and your home today. If this speaks to your heart, consider subscribing so we can meet here each morning in prayer. Now let's place this new day in God's hands and let His calm lead the way. Fear can feel like a storm that walks into your chest uninvited. Tight shoulders, shallow breath, 1,000 what-ifs tapping on the window of your mind. You don't have to fight it alone. Lift your gaze toward the one who speaks to wind and waves and let the room inside you grow quiet. Let peace in. As you breathe, keep this simple rhythm close. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Let those words move like tide in and out. Trust in, fear out. Name what keeps circling your thoughts, the result you cannot control, the call you dread, the future you can't predict, and place it into God's hands one breath at a time. He already knows the shape of every worry and the weight it puts on you. He also knows how to untie it. Hear this steady promise like a lighthouse beam sweeping the shore. Fear not, for I am with you. I will strengthen you. I will help you. Isaiah 41:10. Let that be your ground, not your performance, not the outcome, His presence. Where He stands with you, fear has less to stand on. Where He speaks, lies loosen their grip. Where He reaches, your heart remembers how to beat without hurrying. If your thoughts are racing, you don't have to outrun them. Invite God into the middle of them. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God I trust, I shall not be afraid. Psalm 56:4. Say it softly if you need to. Say it trembling. Courage isn't the absence of shaking. It's choosing where to lean when you shake. Lean here. Today lay down what presses hardest. The fear that something will go wrong, the emotions that rise and fall like sudden weather, the worst-case pictures your mind keeps painting. Place them at the foot of the cross where perfect love does its most patient work. Surrender the need to predict, to control, to pre-grieve what hasn't happened. Surrender the story you're writing in your head about failure, rejection, or loss and ask for the truer story, the one God is writing with gentleness and fire. Give Him the edges of your anger, the ache under your anxiety, the disappointment that still stings. Nothing you hand over is discarded. It is held and healed. Let your prayer become simple and steady. Jesus, I trust you with what I feel. I trust you with what I fear. I trust you with what I cannot see. Over and over, like footsteps on a long road, return to it. You are not trying to impress God with strong faith. You are bringing your small, honest faith to the strong one. Now speak to your own soul. Peace, come in, Christ. Be near. Heart, be still and know that God is here. You are not alone inside your thoughts. You are accompanied. You are shepherded. You are carried when needed. Even now the Spirit is weaving calm into your breathing and courage into your bones. Trace that calm across your forehead where worry furrows, across your chest where tightness sits, across your hands that want to cling to control. Release, receive, repeat. Make these declarations and let them root deep. I choose courage over catastrophe thinking. I choose trust over tight control. I choose to live from God's faithfulness, not from my fears' forecasts. I am held, therefore I can move forward. I am guided, therefore I can take the next small step. I am loved, therefore I am safe, even when I don't feel safe yet. If a shadow returns, and it might, don't call it failure. Call it another invitation. Every return of worry is another chance to place it back into God's hands. He is not tired of holding what's heavy for you. He is not impatient with your process. He is steady and He is kind. Picture His hand over your timeline, not to rush it, but to bless it. Picture His light in tomorrow's room, already waiting before you arrive. Picture His mercy under your mistakes like a net that won't let you fall through. And to the part of you rehearsing disaster, peace to you too. You've tried to protect by predicting. Thank you for trying. Now rest. Let God be the protector. Let His wisdom, not your worry, do the watching. The door of this day opens to goodness you didn't plan and help you didn't earn. Walk through it with soft shoulders. For those you love who carry a quiet battle with anxiety, the friend who smiles but can't sleep, the parent who worries themselves thin, the child who hides their fear behind jokes, lift them now into the light of Jesus. May His nearness quiet the noise around them and inside them. May thoughts that spiral find a gentle stop. May bodies that brace learn a kinder posture. May tonight bring rest, and this morning bring a grace that holds. For the ones in hospital waiting rooms, for the ones between jobs, for the ones in complicated relationships, for the ones listening to heavy news, let comfort arrive like warm light through a window. Let provision come not only as answers, but as presence. Be their calm in the storm and their captain through it. And for you, right here, let courage be planted where fear has been living rent-free. Let trust rise like dawn. Let your eyes read the world, not through the lens of what if it falls apart, but through the promise of God is with me and He will help me. Let your breath keep praying even when your words run out. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. May that be the cadence under your conversations, the softness in your tone, the steadiness in your choices. May your heart hear heaven whisper, do not be afraid, I am with you, and believe it enough to take the next step. Peace is not a finish line, it's a person walking beside you, and He is here. So open the door, let peace in. Morning light finds you before the noise does, and in that early hush your soul remembers what it wants, to rest its weight on someone stronger. Breathe the quiet in, on the exhale, set down the story that says you have to carry everything alone. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Little by little, your heart unclenches. When dread rises without a reason you can name, don't wrestle it in the dark. Turn your face toward the one who knows your frame. Tell Him what you're afraid of in simple words: failure, loss, being misunderstood, being left behind, and picture each word as a stone leaving your hands. The pile at His feet grows. Your shoulders grow lighter. He is not surprised by any of it. He has planned for your weakness with His strength, for your wavering with His steady mercy. On days when emotion swells like a sudden tide, speak to your own storm the way Jesus did. Calm, not condemnation. Peace, be still, over your chest that tightens, over your breath that shortens, over the old alarms that still think danger is everywhere. Invite Christ into the body you live in. Jesus, settle what shakes. Feel the small kindness of an unhurried inhale. Feel the mercy of a longer exhale. Your nervous system learns what your soul knows. Presence wins where panic used to rule. If your mind keeps sketching worst-case scenes, let a different picture take its place. See His hand on your day, not pressing fast forward, just blessing the next right step. See His light pooling on the path directly in front of you. You don't need to see around the corner to move toward it. Trust turns today from a cliff into a doorway. Some fears hide under good intentions. the urge to control, to predict, to be ready for every outcome so you never get hurt again. You tried to keep yourself safe that way. It made sense then. Thank that part of you for trying. Then hand it to God. Jesus, guard me better than my worry ever could. The more He holds, the freer your hands become to love, to work, to rest. Tender memories may surface. The time you weren't chosen, the season you lost more than you could say out loud, the moment a prayer seemed to fall to the ground. Bring those to the table too. Christ doesn't flinch. His love is not fragile. Lay your past where the cross stands and let redemption do quiet work. Wounds that once dictated your days start becoming places where light gets in and where light gets through. When noon crowds your calendar and noise grows teeth, return to the small prayer you carry like a key in your pocket. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Whisper it while waiting at a red light. Breathe it in a hallway before a hard conversation. Pray it on the walk between rooms. Let it be the drumbeat that steadies your pace so you don't sprint through grace and miss the help already present. Speak courage into the space you occupy. I was made for this moment with God, not apart from Him. I can act without certainty because I am held by someone certain. I will not outsource my peace to outcomes. Peace lives with me because Christ lives with me. These aren't slogans, they are anchors. Feel how each line pulls you back from the riptide of catastrophizing to the shore of reality. God is here, and He is kind. If comparison starts to erode your confidence, remember that fear often wears other faces: overwork, irritability, scrolling without rest. Bless the part of you that wants proof, then choose the better thing. Jesus, be enough for me right now. Enough has never been a number. Enough is a name. As evening's edge is still far off and responsibilities keep calling, ask for graces tailor-made for today. Wisdom to pause before reacting, gentleness with your limits, clarity for one decision, patience where results are slow. God delights to give what aligns you with His heart. He doesn't bargain for your peace. He freely pours it for the ones you carry in prayer who tremble beneath invisible weight. Lift them into love. For the woman whose hands won't stop shaking after the phone call. For the teenager who hides panic behind perfect grades. For the father awake at night doing math in his head. For the friend who hasn't told anyone how bad it feels. Jesus, draw near. Wrap comfort around their nervous thoughts like a warm blanket just out of the dryer. Steady their breathing. Surround their rooms with a hush that says, "You're safe with me." Provide the help they need, wise voices, healing counsel, unexpected kindness. Plant hope where despair has camped too long. Turn the volume down on lies and turn it up on your promises. There will be moments when fear returns mid-sentence, mid-task, mid-laugh. That isn't failure. It's simply another chance to reach upward. Imagine handing over 100 small anxieties like coins across a counter. Clink, clink, clink. Each one traded for peace. Heaven never runs out of change. Heaven has already paid in full. If tears come, let them wash the corners your words can't reach. If silence is all you have, let it be shared silence. Christ understands prayers that sound like breathing. He reads the ache underneath and answers at the root. The fruit may take time, but roots are deepening now. Trust that the holy hidden work is not wasted. Should shame whisper that, a person of faith shouldn't feel afraid. Answer it with truth. Faith is not denial. Faith is direction. You're not pretending fear isn't here. you're deciding where to take it. And every time you carry it to Jesus, courage grows a little more muscle. Every time you say, "I trust you," trust becomes a practice path under your feet. Before you step into the next thing, bless your imagination. Ask God to baptize it in hope. Where it used to run to disaster, may it begin to rehearse redemption. Where it used to magnify risk, may it learn to magnify grace. Where it used to project abandonment, may it preview companionship, because Emmanuel is not a seasonal name. One more breath prayer for the road. Christ within me, calm my storms. Christ before me, clear my way. Christ above me, guard my mind. Christ beneath me, hold my steps. Say it as often as hunger reminds you to eat. Peace is nourishment too. Now, receive what you asked for at the start. The quiet that lets you think clearly. The assurance that lets you move gently. The courage that doesn't need applause to act. Fear may knock, but it doesn't get the final word, nor the spare key. The door belongs to Jesus, and he has already stepped inside. So walk on, not because you're fearless, but because you're accompanied. Walk on, not because you control the future, but because you trust the one already there. And as you go, keep that soft cadence close. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear until it becomes the way your heart walks, even when your feet are still. Sun comes higher and the day starts moving faster, and somewhere inside, you want a slower sinner. Picture a chair pulled out at a quiet table and Christ sitting with you. No big speech, no pressure to perform, just the kind of presence that steadies shaking hands. Breathe once for trust, once for release. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Stay with that until your shoulders drop a little. A small memory flashes, the time a plan fell apart and left you scrambling. Old worry tries to climb back into the driver's seat. Instead of arguing with it, hand over the keys. Say in your own words, even if it's clumsy, God, take the wheel of this hour. Simple prayers move mountains because they invite the one who made mountains. Noise creeps in from every corner, notifications, headlines, a voice in her head that measures worth by speed and success. Answer it with a softer truth. You are not a project to rush. You are a person to love. God's timeline is not late, it's loving. He is not waiting for you at the finish line. He's walking each block with you. Keep your pace human. Keep your heart open. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. There's that knot in your stomach that shows up before tough conversations. Name it. Name the fear of being misunderstood, the fear of disappointing someone, the fear that if you speak honestly, you'll make things worse. Place each fear down like cups on a counter, one by one. Imagine God washing them clean and handing you back only what you need. A calm tone, a clear mind, a gentle strength. Ask for words that carry grace without losing truth, and the courage to pause before you answer so peace can catch up to your mouth. A friend's face crosses your mind, tired eyes, the kind smile they keep trying to hold. Whisper their name to Jesus. Ask for sleep that actually restores, for a break in the clouds, for an hour of laughter that surprises them. Ask for the right help to show up, a call returned, a door open, a person who listens without fixing. If they've forgotten how to breathe deep, pray your breath for them. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear, and send that prayer like a small warm light into their room. Work presses in, deadlines, details, the little glitches that steal time. Instead of bracing, invite God into the process. Ask him to sit beside you at the keyboard, at the counter, in the meeting. Ask for steady focus and a gentler inner voice. When a mistake happens, and it will, choose mercy over self-scolding. Talk to yourself the way Jesus talks to you, firm when needed, but always kind. Kindness is not laziness. It's good soil where real change grows. On the drive or the walk, notice one ordinary gift, a patch of shade, a child's laugh from down the street, the smell of coffee you didn't make. Let gratitude loosen fear's grip. You're not ignoring what's hard. You're giving your heart a fair view of the day. Fear paints in only dark colors. Gratitude opens the curtains and tells the truth. Light is here too. When your mind tries to jump ahead to the worst version of the future, gently bring it back to what you can do with God now. One email in honesty, one glass of water, one act of patience with someone who usually tests it. These small acts aren't small in the kingdom. They are the quiet bricks of a life built on trust. Say the cadence again. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. The more you repeat it, the more your body believes it. If you catch yourself scrolling for relief, pause and put a hand over your heart. Ask, what am I really needing? Often it's comfort, not content. Connection, not more noise. Talk to God like you would to a friend who shows up on your porch. I need steady. I need to feel held. I need to know I'm not messing this all up. Watch how he answers, not always with a flash, sometimes with a quiet confidence that wasn't there a minute ago. Some fears wear clever masks, over-planning, overworking, even over-helping. They say, if you just do more, you'll be safe. Safety is not a product of effort, it's a fruit of presence. Choose trust by choosing limits. Stop when your day is done. Eat when your body asks. Say a kind no when your soul is thin. Boundaries aren't walls around love. They are doors where peace can enter. Pray it as you turn off the light on one task and move to the next. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Think of the person whose anxiety keeps thinning their smile. The single mom juggling bills, the student carrying too much, the elder who feels forgotten, the worker who dreads the meeting. Hold them in the quiet of your heart and lift them into God's steady hands. Ask for surprise kindness on their path today. Ask for one sign that they are not alone, a message at the right time, a neighbor who notices, a doctor who listens, a manager who understands. May their bodies remember rest. May their minds find a hush that sticks. As afternoon leans toward evening and you still don't have all the answers, that's okay. Trust was never about answers. It's about nearness. God is not grading you on calm. He is giving himself to you in the middle of it. If tears sting, let them. They are not proof of weak faith. They are proof of a heart that still cares. Lay them where they belong, at the feet of the one who keeps every bottle and every count. Before this part of the day turns the page, speak courage out loud, even if it's barely above a whisper. Say, with God, I can face this hour. Say, my future is not at the mercy of fear. Say, peace is possible because Christ is here. Feel how those words make a little room in your chest. That room is where hope will live tonight. Close this stretch the way you opened it, simple and honest. Draw one slow breath in, one slow breath out. Pray the line that has been carrying you. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Place your worries where they cannot boss you around, under his care. Walk on with a quieter step, not because the path has changed, but because you are not walking it alone. A hush settles in the middle of the day like a soft blanket, and in that hush, you notice how your heart keeps reaching for steady ground. You don't have to pretend you're fine. You can be honest here. Tell God what rattles you, the appointment you keep thinking about, the message you're scared to send, the silence that feels too long. Let honesty be the doorway to help. Whisper on the inhale, Jesus, I trust you, and on the exhale, I release this fear. Keep that rhythm until your chest stops bracing for bad news. A picture forms, your life like a small boat on wide water. The wind shifts, the sky changes, and your hands grip the sides. You look up and remember, you're not the captain of the weather. You're the one invited to sit close to the one who is. You don't need to control the waves to cross the lake. You just need to stay in the boat with Christ. Quiet follows that thought the way a tide follows the moon. Another moment rises, the way your mind jumps ahead, writing unhappy endings before the next page turns. Gently bring it back to now. Ask for the grace of the present moment, the right word for this conversation, the patience for this child, the focus for this task. Pray small and specific. Give me calm in my voice. Give me light for the next step. Hold what I cannot fix today. It is enough to walk with God, one square of light at a time. Your body remembers old alarms. Your stomach tightens without asking permission. Place a hand there as if to bless a friend. Say, peace to this place. Invite Jesus to sit with you in the feelings you'd rather not have. He does not hurry you through them. He shares them until their sharp edges soften. In his nearness, the fear of feeling fades, and with it, the fear of the future loses some power too. A name comes to mind, someone who covers their worry with loud jokes or with quiet distance or with overworking. Send them love by saying their name to Jesus. Ask for one sign of care to find them today, for relief to land like a bird on a safe branch. Ask for wise help if help is needed, and for courage to receive it. If they have run out of words, let your prayer cover them like a warm coat. Christ, be their calm. Christ, stand between them and the storm. Christ, bring rest where sleep won't come. Work stretches on, and you feel thin at the edges. You wonder if trust is naive, if peace is just a nice idea for people with fewer problems. In that question, you notice a quieter truth. Trust doesn't deny the hard. It puts the hard into larger hands. Peace isn't the absence of trouble. It's the presence of someone faithful. You return to the simple cadence you've been learning all day. It's not a magic line. It's a doorway you keep walking through. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Memories try to argue. Times you hoped and didn't see what you asked for. Bring those to the one who still carries scars. He knows what it is to be unanswered in the way you expected and still be held in love. Let him rename your story from failed to formed, from abandoned to accompanied, from broken to being made whole. The timeline may not match your plan, but the hands holding it are good. A quiet courage starts to rise, not loud, not flashy, more like a steady flame that doesn't mind the wind. You speak to your soul in words that fit in your mouth. With God beside me, I can show up. With God guiding me, I can choose truth over panic. With God holding me, I am safe enough to take the next step. You aren't hyping yourself, you're agreeing with reality. Fear is loud, but it isn't Lord. You notice a tender pull to control again. Refreshing the inbox, rehearsing what you'll say, planning 3 backup plans. Smile gently at the part of you that thinks safety comes from preparation alone. Preparation is good. Worship and control is too heavy. Hand the extra weight back to God. Say, "Bless my planning and be my peace when plans change." That small prayer turns a clenched fist into an open palm. The afternoon light slides across the floor, and in that light, you practice gratitude like a slow walk, cool water, a kind text, the way a breeze sneaks through the window. Gratitude doesn't erase fear. It shrinks the stage it plays on. You let gratitude and trust work together like two hands lifting the same weight. Another person surfaces in your heart, the one who reads the news late at night and can't stop scrolling, the one whose hands shake before meetings, the one who laughs softly so no one hears the ache. You bring them forward again. Ask for a pause in their storm, for a holy interruption of peace. Ask that they would feel seen in an ordinary moment, a cashier's kindness, a song in a store, a line of scripture remembered at just the right time. Pray strength into their next yes, and rest into their next no. As the day bends toward evening, you bless what you've done and what remained undone. You don't call yourself lazy for being human. You call yourself loved. You place unfinished tasks on God's desk for tomorrow. You ask for night mercies, slow thoughts, soft shoulders, sleep that lands and stays. If sleep delays, you let your breath keep praying for you. The prayer has learned to walk on its own. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Before you move on, you look back on the morning and see the small threads of help, an inner nudge to pause, a kinder tone in a hard moment, a worry that didn't spiral as far. You thank God for what you noticed and even for what you missed, because grace was working whether you saw it or not. You ask for one more gift, a heart that remembers this peace tomorrow, not as a rare visitor, but as a regular friend. So in this last quiet minute, you place three things into God's hands: the fear that still hums in the background, the feelings that ebb and flow, and the worst-case pictures that sometimes steal color from your day. You surrender them not once for all, but once again, trusting the one who never grows tired of meeting you here. And as you rise, the simple truth rests on you like a gentle weight. You are not alone, you're not unprotected, and you're not at the mercy of fear. You are held, you are led, you are loved, and that is enough for the next step. Late daylight hangs like gold on the edges of everything, and in that soft glow, you realize how much of today was carried, not conquered. Let that thought make room inside you. You don't have to clutch this evening with white knuckles. Open your hands, whisper the simple cadence that has become your safe place. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Feel the prayer settle, like a warm cup placed gently on a table that doesn't wobble. A quiet inventory finds you. What went well? What frayed? What still hums with worry? You don't need fancy words to hand it over. Offer the clean and the messy together. The moments you spoke with calm and the moments you tightened your voice and wished you hadn't. Nothing is wasted when it is given to love. Ask God to sift it. Keep what was true, compost what needs to die, and grow something tender from the rest. From somewhere deep, an old storyline tries to return, the one that says you must fix it all before you can rest. Smile gently at that tired script, then lay it down. Rest isn't a prize for finishing, it is a gift for belonging. You belong to God. Because you belong, you can stop for the night. Because He is good, you can let the unfinished be unfinished. Before the light disappears, place people you carry into the quiet. The friend who swallows panic and says, I'm fine. the parent who counts expenses after everyone sleeps, the child whose chest tightens before school, the co-worker who stares out the window a little too long. Say their names in your heart as if setting candles in a window. Ask Jesus to walk their streets tonight. Ask for the kind of peace that doesn't require perfect circumstances, peace that breathes for them when they forget how. May fear loosen its knot. May comfort draw close as if it has their address written in careful script. Evening always tells the truth about limits. You only have so much energy, so many hours, so many answers. Instead of pushing past those limits, bless them. Limits are not punishments. They're doorways to trust. Pray over them like you'd pray over a child before bed. You've done enough for today. You are allowed to be small in the presence of a great God. You can rest because He won't. Feel the relief rise when you remember you are not the night watch. He is. If a sudden wave of what-ifs tries to crash through, picture Christ standing in the threshold of your evening, not letting them trample the quiet. If one slips in, take it by the hand and walk it to Him. Here, you say. Simple as that. This one too. You don't have to argue with fear. You can just reroute it. Gratitude, like a small lantern, wants to be lit. Name what's shown today. A sentence that softened someone's shoulders. A laugh that surprised you. The way a stranger held a door. The line of scripture that arrived exactly when you needed a spine. Let thanks stretch the room your heart lives in. Gratitude doesn't erase shadows. It teaches your eyes to see more than the shadows. As night draws its curtains, speak a few strong, gentle words into the air around you. With God, I can lay this day down without losing anything that matters. With God, I am safe enough to rest, even if I don't have every answer. With God, my future is not written by fear. Let those lines be like anchors dropped into calm water. Your soul recognizes their weight and settles. Think of tomorrow only as far as trust can reach. Not 10 steps ahead, just the next one. Ask for what fits in human hands. Wisdom for one choice, courage for one conversation, patience for one delay, tenderness for one person who is hard to love. God loves prayers that sound like today, not an entire map. He is already in your morning. You don't have to run to meet Him. He will be where you wake. If sleep is slow to arrive, let your breath keep praying even when your mind is tired. Inhale, Jesus, I trust you. Exhale, I release this fear. If thoughts return, set them on the river and watch them drift by. You don't have to climb into the boat with everyone. Christ walks the riverbank. He will keep watch while you lie down. For the anxious who will pace their kitchens tonight, for the nurses and guards and drivers who work while the city rests, for those waiting on test results, for those who dread the morning alarm, Jesus, move close. Be bread to the hungry, light to the sleepless, steady ground to the shaking. Fold your peace around them like a worn-in sweater that knows their shape. Let them find, even in the dark, that they are not abandoned to their thoughts. Love is awake. And now, for you, the one who has prayed honestly and offered what you could, receive the blessing that meets fear at the door and changes the conversation. May the Lord steady your breathing and quiet the noise beneath your ribs. May trust become the rhythm of your steps and courage the tone of your voice. May your imagination be baptized in hope, so it stops rehearsing disaster and starts rehearsing redemption. May you discover again that peace is not fragile. It is a person who will not leave. Lay your head on the pillow of this truth. You are not at the mercy of fear. You are in the mercy of God. The night is not bigger than His hand, and your story is not smaller than His heart. So let the last words of your day be the ones your soul has learned to love. Simple, steady, enough. Jesus, I trust you. I release this fear. Amen. Thank you for praying with me today. If this blessed you, tap subscribe, turn on the bell, and share it with someone who needs calm tonight. Leave a quick note in the comments. Jesus, I trust you. Your words may lift another heart. I'll see you in the next prayer. May peace keep watch over you until then.